talking about classes. Last night, so I'm teaching one at the community college here on short story writing, and we were talking about word choice last night. And you can have words that sound very harsh, words that sound soft, ones that sound big, ones that sound small, and so that type of stuff is important. Well, I read an article when I was doing my research to prepare for the class that said that cellar door is the most pleasant phrase that can be said in the English language, especially when combined with a British accent. So, Peter, I want you to make us feel pleasant.
Is it because people are often talking about maybe like a wine cellar? So generally it's a good conversation.
Perhaps it is, because there is that part, like on word choices like that. We talked about the difference between home and house. Like home has all this additional connotation to it, where house just sounds like a building that you happen to live in. So yeah, it could. Although there was one woman who was like, cellar door, that sounds terrible because my dad used to take me down and beat me in the cellar. So.
But I guess it depends on the associations you've made. Okay, so we'll give this a go. Okay, so cellar door.
I do. I'm feeling better already. Like I had to get that as a ringtone.
I guess it depends. Accents vary so widely across like different regions in England. Like you can literally go 10 minutes down the road and someone's speaking with an entirely different accent.
Yeah, that's really. And
they might not have a cellar. So
I can't recall off the top of my head the website, but if you look it up, there's one where they've done a map, and you can listen to people saying the same types of words in different dialects in English. It's really interesting how our language is formed, and it's a big part of writing.
It is. So I think that it especially if you can add that kind of poetic sort of cadence to prose. I'm not saying like you should try to do that. But it is there, isn't it? And you do subtly pick up on it. I'm not saying to forcibly inject that into your writing, but like you say, some sentences just sound better than others.
Oh, they absolutely do. So they really do. And actually, after teaching this class, I'm really excited because I'm going to do it online as well. But there's a couple parts in there I really want to hit on the book editor show one of these times. So we'll do that in a future one. But today, I'm really excited because we'll be talking all about developmental and structure editing. And to do this, we've brought on a very special guest, Lisa Watts from Writership.org. Lisa is an editor, author, blogger, and podcaster at Writership.org. She's been writing for as long as she can remember. She created a magazine about cats in 6th grade with a small but enthusiastic readership. She was a staff writer for her school newspaper in college and editor-in-chief of her law journal. After law school, she worked as a staff attorney for an appellate judge, but also wrote on the side. When her first child was born, she became a full-time mom, and when the dust settled, started Writership with Alicia Archer. She lives in Austin, Texas, with 2 rambunctious kids and her generous and patient husband. Lisa, how are you today?
It's actually Leslie.
What? Oh my God!
And Alyssa, but that's okay.
I was thinking.
What the hell did I do? That is terrible.
That's all right.
So I'm sorry. I have it written in here as Leslie.
I think it took about 5 shows to get my name right.
We could start the whole thing over. I could do this again.
No, it's okay. It's part of the lore of the book editor show now, right?
Yeah, it is. That you've got it stakes. Because if you don't realize it, that my mind actually doesn't work. Like I do very well occasionally, sometimes with certain things, and then most of the time it's just off somewhere else.
That resonates with me. That it sounds like my experience much of the time. So.
It's the curse.
Well, I really do.
I
apologize, yes. Leslie. I'm so sorry. I had it right when we were talking before the show. I don't know why I switched it there. So anyway, I'm really glad to have you on the show today. Writership.org, you guys came out about the same time that we did. You guys have been on the air for about a year now, right?
Yeah, just about. Our podcast, yeah. And yeah, I mean, should I talk about what we do?
Yeah, tell us more about what you do there at Writership.
Okay. So our focus on the podcast is also editing. We have a kind of it's an experiential mode where we get 5-page submissions from fiction authors, and it can be a short story, novel, anything in between, all genres, and we critique 5 pages from the work, and we'll talk about structure a little bit, as much as you can in 5 pages, and then we also do some line editing. We talk about it, what suggestions we would make, and then we have an editorial mission at the end of the show so people can apply something we've talked about.
It's very cool, and I'm also very jealous because Peter and I have tried for a long time, and we've only been able to get one gentleman to submit his work so that we could do some on-air editing. I think it's very cool to be able to do that and break it down. And I like on your web page where you've got your show notes and you've gone in and actually underlined, and you've made the notes, and people can visually see it as well of what you've done to change in the edit process. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's been really fun. We're really we're careful. I mean, and we're conscientious. So, which is not to say that you're not. But like this is, we set out. This was our format, and so it's kind of what we set out to do. If nobody showed up, then it wouldn't work, obviously. But it's really fun because we get a lot of different stuff, and we had people who are just at the very beginning, and we've had people who are more established authors, and everybody is like, oh wow, you pointed out something that I never knew was in my writing, and thank you. And some people, we have a great review that I love, that is just like, I don't always agree with these two, but they always make me think. So that's pretty high praise.
That is, and it's important. It's amazing, honestly. Like when you can have a fresh set of eyes take a look at your work, and you get totally different perspectives at it than what you've been able to come at on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have the same experience when I I think, oh, this is really clean, and I've edited the heck out of it, and then Alyssa, my partner, will look at it and she'll be like, you got an echo here, Leslie, or whatever, that you can't see because you are part of it, you're in it.
Thank you for listening, and come back next week for more. Please visit thebookeditorshow.com for show notes, links to guests, books and extras, and for information on how to be a guest on the show.